Well, we are joined at this time by our guests, Naresh Mansukhani and Karthik Iyer. Let me start by asking you, Naresh, it was a close series, but a couple of days ago, Wasim Akram, he mentioned that we should do away with the 50 overs format. But going by what has happened in this series, especially in the first two matches, there is still time to apply that. What is your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. And, 50 over format is something which is giving a lot of time even to the batters to how to approach the game and prove their skills, and the way the first two games went by, it was, you can call it a thriller, both of them. So, yeah, it's still far away for those decisions to be taken to go away with 50 over games. And the skill of the bowlers, bowling multiple spells, how they come back into the game, though it is 10 overs limited to them. So it could have been that pull in more crowds, but yeah, it was more to do with how the viewership would be because of the time zone difference. But definitely, 50 overs is still a long way away to go away from the as a format. Yeah.
Well, you talked about a few standout performances. Let me ask Karthik this. We saw many standout performances from this series till now. And we know that this is not going to be the same team playing in the upcoming series, especially when you talk about India going on the road for the World Cup. If you have to pick, who will be the players from this series that you would want to see them play regularly in this team?
From the bowlers, I would want Yuzvendra Chahal and Mohammad Siraj now to be a part of all three formats. I mean, even Chahal can be given a look in the test format as well. Okay. And from the batting perspective, Shreyas Iyer really impressed in this particular series. But again, he has been found wanting against the short ball. While going to Australia, it's the short ball which is going to trouble him. So maybe you could take a call between Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer, because Shubman Gill showed yesterday, if you see the first 24-25 overs, he was scoring at 4 to 5 runs an over. But the moment that second rain break came and the way he shifted gears, he's shown that he is a good candidate for T20Is in future as well. So these four players, Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer, Yuzvendra Chahal and Mohammad Siraj.
Right. Naresh, Karthik talked about Shreyas Iyer, 750 plus scores in the last 8 matches. He missed out on a half century in yesterday. A lot of promise, but his form seems to be taking a hit, especially when he's playing against more formidable opponents. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it is more to do with the kind of deliveries he's facing and how the bowlers are exploiting his weakness. The short pitch, especially in England, there was more support from the pitch. That's why you saw him struggling. Here in these 3 games, you can say there was not that much of a bounce compared to England, and they were dry. So though he was troubled, but he could manage to score. And I agree when the overs were reduced, how he switches to a T20 format so quickly because of the amount of T20 they play. So that is one advantage the Indian lineup has, to switch gears. But yeah, the weakness is known, and I'm sure he would work on it. But he's been consistent in this format to get the number of 50s he's got.
Naresh, when Shreyas Iyer made his debut, he was touted to be the star of the Indian team. He was touted to be the future captain of this team. We've seen his growth. We have seen his decline as well. What does it do, his form? What does it do to a player like Shreyas Iyer and his confidence?
No, I think it's well known. There is so much of talent available and for the team to pick up, and the amount of cricket being planned for the next few years. So from that perspective, I'm sure he is well aware where he could fit in and which format he would do well in. Yes, you can say that there was certain plan made for him when it comes to the role he would play in the lineup, but the amount of overseas and domestic cricket planned, he would fit in. But there is a lot of option. This means performance would be very key in every game to kind of every individual to be looked at who would play the next game, you can say. So that is something which everyone is aware of, looking at what kind of talent we have around.
Karthik, one quick reaction on West Indies. They have not really done badly in this series, especially in the first 2 matches. How do you assess their performance in this series?
To be very honest, even though the first 2 games went really close, I would rather say India did not bowl well to their full potential. To be very honest, you don't have many stars to look forward to from West Indies other than Nicholas Pooran, who is out of form, Jason Holder returning from injury, and then they are missing quite a number of stars. Kieron Pollard retiring, and then Sunil Narine not playing. So their bowling lacks teeth, their batting, although the middle order did well currently in this particular series, but if you look at the series against Bangladesh, they literally struggled, and that is why they have lost 9, 10, 11 ODIs on the trot. So to be honest, they've got to need a few more players in their arsenal and first get these players back in form, but otherwise not such a great future.
Right. We hope it is a more exciting series when we go to the T20s in the upcoming T20 series. Thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of this show.